Welcome to another edition of Sales Motivation 101 with Walter Butler. Hi, I'm back. Glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about how people process information. And there are three dominant types. Knowing how your customer processes information and knowing the language that you can speak, the words that you can use that will go directly to their subconscious mind, because that's the way they process information, will help you make the sale a whole lot easier. So let's get started. What are the three types of people? What are the three ways that people predominantly process information? There's the visual type, there's the auditory type, visual seeing, auditory hearing, and then there is the feeling or the kinesthetic type, the feeling type. All right? The visual people, they really want to see themselves in that car. The auditory people, can't you hear the sound of that car engine running? The kinesthetic people, want to make you feel like $1 million sitting in this car if you were to purchase it. If you figure out what type of person you're dealing with and you use those words, either a visual word like look or see, an auditory word like can you hear that? How does that sound to you? Or a feeling word like doesn't that make you feel great? Isn't that a solid proposal that you can really feel? Those are the three types, the dominant types of ways that people process information. Okay, so we know that. There's one more type. It's not sensory like the other three. Sensory being visual, auditory, or feeling, right? Sensing. They're not the sensory types. They're the detail, analytical, oriented types. And with these people, it's just the facts, please. Just the facts. They're difficult to figure it out. Sometimes you're sitting there, you're talking to them. They don't have any eye movements. They don't have any head movements. You're really getting nothing out of them. Throw a list of details out at them and see if they perk up. If they perk up, then you know you're dealing with an auditory digital. They're about 5% of the market. Give them the facts. Let them decide. But for the other three, the other 95% of the market, visual, auditory, feeling, knowing how they process information, knowing the type of person that they are, and using the words that they will respond to, not just necessarily in the conscious mind, but their subconscious mind will pick up on these words. Look, feel, hear, depending on the type. You can build rapport with them very quickly that way. And we all know that making friends is over 0.5% or over 50% of the sale, right? They've got to like you to buy from you. So how do we determine what type of person that we're dealing with? Okay, three people. The first type of person, visual people. Visual people, when you're talking to them, they'll look up. They'll look up to the right, your right, my left, or they'll look up and to the left, your left, my right. When they look up into your right, my left, that means they are remembering images, things in the past. If they look up into the left, my right, your left, they are putting together visual images. Maybe you're trying to sell a condo on a beach or a timeshare on a beach, and you say, can't you just see yourself on the beach enjoying those beautiful waves? Well, they may look up and to the right to put those images together, or they may look up and to the left to remember the last time that they're down there on the beach. But when you see a person constantly looking up to your left, my right, or your right, my left, if they're looking up, you know they're a visual person. The next type of, and so use those words. Look, see, beautiful, bright, those type of words. Tell them a story. Say, can you see yourself on that beach? Next, auditory people. Auditory people, they pretty much keep their eyes level. If they take their eyes and move them to my left, your right, then they are remembering. They're remembering words and sounds, but their eyes are level. When they move their eyes level to your left, my right, when they move their eyes in that direction, they're taking words and sounds, new sounds and words, and putting them together. So, very important. Watch the eyes. It's all about the eyes. The third type, the feeling type, the kinesthetic type. Building rapport is extremely important with all three types, but it is more important with the feeling type. They may come back 3 or 4 times just to get to know you. They need to have a good feeling about you before they will buy the product. Now, one way that you can tell a person is a feeling type person is that they will look down. They will look down. They will look down into the right, which is your left. They'll look down into the right, which is your left. If somebody's looking down into the right, that means they're experiencing emotions, either past or present. Now, another thing about looking down into the right, if you're in a situation maybe where someone has died or someone throws some bad information on you and you need to show sympathy, for the situation, if you look down into the right and then say something, "Oh, I'm very sorry for your loss," that is very effective as well. The detail types, right? These people come down, they sit in front of us, and they really kind of can be difficult to work with. But when you figure out that they are detail oriented, it's all about the facts, just the facts, please. If you catch them looking down into the left, my left, your right, down into the left, my left, your right, they're talking to themselves at that point. And it's very important. You can build rapport very, very quickly by saying, "Hey, Jerry, what are you saying to yourself right now?" When they're looking down and to the right. When they're looking down and to the right, you're right. Say, "Hey, Jerry, what are you thinking about right now?" Very important. Builds rapport very, very quickly with these type of people. So to sum it all up, you need to know what type of person, how your customer processes information, and they will show you. They will show you through their eyes, by their eye movements. They'll either be visual, up and to the left or right. They'll be auditory, just looking to the left or right, or they'll be feeling, looking down into their right. Their right, your left. Auditory digital, they'll be looking down into their left, your right. You pick up on that as well. So the next time your customers sit down in front of you, you'll be able to tell the type of customer you'll have. You'll build rapport with them quickly, and you'll make the sale quicker. So until next time, keep your feet on the ground and your eyes looking up towards the stars.